Huh. That's an interesting idea. For that. Oh. And Jupiter lines with Mars. Jupiter lines. Oh. When Jupiter aligns with Mars. When Jupiter aligns with Mars. Hello, Olivia. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, sweetness. Hello, sweetness. Oh, Olivia. Love you, gorgeous. Angel, be good, sweetness. Be good, be good. Good. Wow. Well, Jupiter aligns Mars. It's 2 o'clock now.
trade mission was successful. What's the matter? Oh, very something. The fleet protecting Ryloth has been destroyed. Supply lines have been cut. Troops are out of food, fuel, ammunition. The civilian population is our blockade should be able to penetrate planet Todaria is about to parsec closer to the nearest fleet. If blockade runners can survive from there, they might reach Ryloth in time. We dispatched a ship loaded with relief supplies to meet you on Todaria. You are a more experienced diplomat than the representative from the who's already there. Senator Armadillo is an excellent negotiator. I'm sure that Senator Armadillo, the Senate, Representative Links must negotiate the treaty so that we can dispatch it there and get Ryloth with relief supplies. Understand perfectly. Jedi have sent Senator Donna to Todaria to negotiate a treaty which would allow them to send relief supplies to their forces on Ryloth. Send a message to Senator Lockstock of the Trade Federation. You shall speak with him immediately.
Stop where you are, brother. We will provide you whatever you need to continue your journey. You may not leave the ship.
I am Senator Baylor Donna, the elected governor. I come to speak with the high exalted king of Todaria.
I'm here, Bina. I'm here. Just to watch our language usage. Oh, isn't that a surprise?
Hello.
Hello. Ah, brilliant. Hello, Donna. Hello. I'll be with you in one moment.
Want me to dial in later?
No. Absolutely not. No. I'm just looking at the video to check which one it is, so I can. Just so I can name them. Otherwise, I don't know what this. It's, to give it a titles. I don't know what's on it. So, no. I'm very happy. Yeah, I'm very keen to chat to you. All right. So let me just type this in, and then I'll be free. Bina. Oh, it is Bina and Show. That's right. Home delete Bina Show. This is attention specific language. All right. So in that the message you sent there, can you tell me the specifics of the incident or the situation or whatever you're talking about?
Well, it's more the one item that I feel does not hold clarity for me.
All right.
In that, in our conversations, there's been times where, pardon me, it's been communicated to have patience with a capital P and trust.
Yes.
One moment, please.
No problem.
Oh, that went down the wrong pipe.
Ah, wow.
Okay, so, and trust in the universe. And then I think to
Yeah.
myself, but wait a second, because we are the universe. So really we're trusting and being patient with ourselves. So then it feels as though what I take from that is that, like we were talking earlier today, I have had more peace and more things materialize in the physical world. And the combination of those two things for me is really important. And that if I know I'm the universe and I'm feeling things, and then I'm focusing my energy, which isn't really doing, but just focusing my energy and my thoughts on something
Right.
that
But it is kind of a
feels
doing. Yeah.
okay, then
Yeah.
that feels like, for me, when I shifted it from my personal agenda to being able to step back and see it and feel it from the big grander scheme, then I am in attunement, and then I am the universe.
There you
So
go. Yeah.
why, well, do you see the innate conflict though
Yeah,
in
I
our
kind of, but I need
conversation?
specifics. I need specifics. Yeah, in this case. So because it's hard for me to give any kind of comment without knowing the exact specifics of what you mean. So what particular thing are you talking about that manifested or came about, or that you can tuning to or connecting to in this way?
Um, Gosh, specifics. Well, let's just take Cher's specific of, she wants to meet the person in her past,
Yeah, David.
the last name
He
David.
was an angel in her life for a while, and
Okay,
yeah,
so
she's
if we take David for an example,
yeah.
it,
You don't have a personal incident. It's much more potent when they're personal. Then you
I
remember
can't
all
think
the
of
details.
anything.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay.
It's just sort of it's like the one piece that connects to everything, mostly in relationships, because like you can, I don't know, I'm so beyond like manifesting things like cars and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
material
No, I
things.
agree. I agree. I agree. Yeah, yeah.
So for me, the most important thing I've learned about myself is that what matters to me are relationships with people that I have, interactions that I care deeply about. And there's so many people that I love, I have like loving feelings for, that I feel would be so surprised that I feel that for them. They may think they're an acquaintance. They may not even like know me really necessarily,
Oh, I
but
hear you. I hear
but
you.
I'm talking about like my inner circle and people that I interact with the most.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, when you're in attunement with those people, like with Sam, my intent for Sam is I see him in his true self. I see him having a brilliant life, having a life partner if that's what he chooses, just the right person,
Right.
happiness, joy, his laughter all the time, versus him, like a conversation we had where he was struggling and lost his job and isn't with his girlfriend right now and he's depressed and one of his friends just died. And it was a very kind of, he was sad. And through that, being able to maintain the light for him, to like lift him up even when he's in that depths of sadness, and still to hold on for him that vision of Sam and being his true self and laughing like I know he does and brightening up a whole room. And but Sam has something in that. I mean, that's his life and his path. So
Right.
how do I, with relationships, stay in tune to what you want to lift people up, but yet I know I can't fix him. I'm way beyond that. So that's not even
Right.
an issue.
Right.
But how do you like hold on to your intent for another person? That
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can. I really don't know if you can. Because we intending stuff for them, which isn't that a kind of a presumption and meddling in their lives?
yes, it is.
Well, that's the problem right there. You see what I mean?
So if I want to have like a really healthy relationship with Sam and spend good time and things, like
Um,
I have to perspective shift my intent. I have to choose my words differently.
Yes, because we can't intend specifics, but we can intend an overall. We can
Okay,
intend
so
what's
in that case, help me like perspective shift on a more appropriate intent for interacting with Sam and being able to hold the light and lift him up from my end, just from
right. Well, it's just to
not,
go
no,
from specific to general. That's all
yeah.
it is, really. Because I don't know what specifically might be good for you. That's your individual path. But I can assume, at least hopefully, it seems a pretty safe assumption to say, well, you want goodness for you, whatever your definition of good is. And so all I'm doing is, okay, the universe is already doing that. I'm just adding my energy to the universe's energy. Now, maybe it doesn't
Okay,
make
what's
a
the
difference.
universe's energy? What is the universe?
The universe is just intent. That's it. It's just intent. It's just energy with purpose, and its purpose is to facilitate and develop and grow awareness. It's just
Awareness.
awareness. That's it. So, but we can maybe add ours because okay, the universe doesn't particularly necessarily care. It's like okay, if you get awareness through you or through you, any individual, it makes no difference. It's all the same to the universe. So we can maybe just say, okay, take a little bit of extra active interest in this particular individual. So maybe, fair enough. I don't know. Here's the key that I was going to say is whether or not we actually make any difference, who knows? We may see that, but nonetheless, at the bottom line, we make ourselves feel better. But
Yeah.
you see, so okay, a warrior gets value whether it's true or not. So we get value either way. But that's a more appropriate functionality because now you're not meddling and saying you need to have this, you should have this, and presuming what's good and what for them. Because who knows?
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, and then
Yeah,
even in my intents, I say if that's what Sam desires, but it seems futile. Feels like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah,
That's not a
yeah.
productive intent, and then I'm looking to shift that a little bit. I think it's just
Right.
a little kind of wording, thought, feeling shift that I need to do to make it more potent.
Yeah. So again, you can do what you want. Nothing to stop you from putting it in your terms. Why does it have to be in Sam's terms? Say, I, Donna, want a deeper, more meaningful, cohesive interactivity and relationship with Sam. You can intend what you want for yourself.
Okay, but where does it match what Sam wants so then it happens?
If then you just add in the qualifier. If this is what Sam wants, also.
I guess because there's two people, don't their intents have to match?
No, not necessarily. Um,
No.
no, no, not necessarily at all. Because look at it this way, Donna. So, okay, so you intend some relationship with me, say for instance. Okay, so, man, I want to be in a relationship with Sil. All right, that'd be fun. And then I come along and say, wow, I'm getting the universe is pulling me towards this relationship with Donna. Or I don't get anything. I just get from you, I get this connectivity. Oh, there's a potential for a relationship here. So if the universe is working things appropriately, it will just open this door that says, okay, Donna wants to be in a relationship. And I say, well, yeah, okay, yes, maybe, no. I get my choices, right? I say, wow, this is fantastic. Let's go. You see what I'm saying? It's about choice. So you can intend to have something with another person. And if you intend it with that understanding that you're not looking to presume or force them, but to present them with a choice.
Oh,
Now,
absolutely. I
right,
just always thought the choice had to match. And it does. It does. You're just saying it
kind of,
from your side.
kind of. But here's the thing
Kind
though. Oh, right. So what's magical about this is that I might not have had any thought, even forget intent about the relationship or Sam, right? But now that the universe comes and opens up the door, I'm like, oh gosh, I never even considered this as a possibility, but suddenly here it is. So now Sam can say, wow, I never considered this type of a relationship with Donna or with I don't know what he calls you. with mom or Donna or whatever. And it's like, wow, I never thought of this. And see, it's about options, in other words. So there's nothing that says, and that's an extra awareness. Now that's in attunement with the universe, because it's saying there's a potential option for you here, Sam. So you are asking the universe essentially to make Sam aware of an additional option in his life. And that the universe is always going to say yes to. Why? Because options are awareness. Yeah?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
And that's fine. See, that's the thing too. When we comes to telling and to sharing, we can share in a way which actually removes options from people. It's very possible that limits them, but we can share in such a way that we add to their options. And this is very important.
I need to work on that.
Very powerful.
So my lunch with Amanda was good, and I wanted to share a couple things with you.
I'm listening. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted there. My bad.
It's okay.
All about it. I'm very exciting.
Part of my intent was to hear her and not say a whole lot.
Oh, I love it. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just excited. Carry on. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm just thinking. So, we were having a conversation, and sometimes it feels like, just surface chit chat kind of thing. But then when I pull myself back and hear her, it's like it has more to it. For example, she was talking about her friend who got married in October, and their wedding theme was zombies. Well, zombies has been something that, I don't know, sometimes when I hear things, like it'll spark like something in me, like zombies means more than just meets the eye kind of thing.
I love it. It's just your brain is shifted into abstract thinking. So
all the time. It's my brain has always like been in abstract thinking, honestly.
Wow.
For such a long time, I just didn't know what it was. I just thought it was kind of crazy thinking. Okay, so anyway, I did. So I felt like in that moment when she was like talking about zombies, I thought to myself, yeah, isn't that the way I was walking around for so long? So totally unaware, like a zombie. So that was my connection, and how a lot of people in this world kind of are zombies. They're walking around like zombies. So it was interesting in that connection happened like instantly, and I had a picture of a zombie walking around, and I kind of saw myself as that zombie. And it was just really interesting. So then we were talking about Baker. I told you about that, and he showed up.
Was he alone, by the way?
Yeah, he was.
That's very interesting. Now that I got that impression from what you were saying, but I'm just checking now. Because that's somewhat anomalous in the case too. Yeah.
The whole thing was actually. I mean, literally, we just got done talking about the Browns game the day before, and about seating, and if you can have like seats where you are covered up, like there's a room you can go to. So we were talking about that and how he played really good. And it was within 2 minutes. He walked in from the back door.
Room you can go to. Sorry, that's a bit lascivious.
No. Like they have corporate suites where you're out of the cold and you can watch the game from a room.
Yeah.
A private room.
Right.
Oh, quit. You knew what I meant.
Well, I don't know. You're talking about Baker, maybe. Who knows?
No.
I'll just tease you.
I know you are. So, he walked through, and he walked right by our table, which was next to the bar.
So you could have reached out and touched him?
I could have.
Wow.
Like right by our table. And I thought, man, that looks familiar. And then he went, the other way, and the man said, oh, there's Baker Mayfield. Not Mansfield, Mayfield. I have Mansfield in my head. There's Baker Mayfield. And I'm like, yeah, I thought that looked familiar. And then he went to the bar, got his food, and made a quick exit. And he had his hood up. He was very incognito.
I got you. Oh, so he came to pick up takeout.
Yes, yes.
Which is
He
still
came to pick up.
fascinating that you'd think he would just call it in, or I don't know. Intriguing.
Yeah. So that happened. And then what was the other thing? Another theme that's been very, very prevalent in conversations is twins. Twins.
In what way?
Just in conversations, the concept of twins keep coming up. It's a lot of different people I'm talking to.
Huh.
My cousin's having twins. So-and-so had twins. I was a twin.
And we were
My
talking
twin
about,
cousin.
and we were talking about the dreamer and the dream.
Right.
Which is, of course, a twin thing. You know, we are a twin being.
Right. I don't really get that. Elaborate, please.
Oh, we'll tell you a story first, and we're going to. It's a long story.
Okay. So, she was talking about her friend who, and this is another anomalous thing, who, let's see if I can get this correct. So she has a person, let's see, it's her husband's sister and sister-in-law are both pregnant. Their due dates are exactly the same, and they're both having boys. And one is a set of twins. The sister is having twins. So what's anomalous about that is there's definitely, like you were talking about numbers, there's definitely a lot of conversation in my world about twins and birth dates being the same, spelling of last names. It's almost like a message of your tribe, kind of your soul tribe.
Oh.
That's what I'm getting from that. Not the just surface, they're having twins, 2 boys. It's deeper than that. There's like some kind of connection. I don't know. So then she was talking about how she used to watch sci-fi movies. And that's another theme. Star Trek, sci-fi, stars.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. And Steve was watching Star Wars, and he was like, "Oh, you got to come over and watch this Star Wars." And I'm like, "Another Star Wars? What's with the stars and the planets?" And
I'm watching it right now. Actually, I'm watching it.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's called the Clone Wars. It's six seasons, and I just love it. It's very enjoyable. It's very soothing. So I don't know.
You're watching Star Wars?
Yeah, the Clone Wars, the animated series.
Ah.
Yeah, it's called the Clone Wars, and it's 6 seasons, and it's in between. I don't know, like the 3rd and the 4th movie or something. I don't know, I forget where. But anyway, it's a very interesting time, and it's animated. It's very cool. But they go into a little bit of the mysticism and the spirituality, and like before each episode, they have a little saying. Like this one is where there's a will, there's a way. So there's kind of a little theme to it. So I don't know, just fun. So just what's good to watch.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
Something about the stars and different perspectives, and I don't know. I just
The science fiction is coming up a lot, is what you say.
Yes. Science fiction, and just it feels like a message of just keep your mind wide open, like you were saying with that. What if we see this big eye, or there's aliens? I had alien experiences and angel experiences when I was little. Nobody believed me, but I did. So, yeah, it's just like
what?
keeping.
Okay, well, finish this theme and then we go into that. Yeah, I want to hear all the details. I'm very nosy. I want to hear everything.
About what?
I'm nosy for Olivia. About this theme of the grouping that you're talking about now, and you were saying you started off with before the twins. You were just going over the conversation of stuff that's coming.
Zombies, twins, Star Trek, sci-fi, planets. Yeah, there's a major theme around that. Kind of a waking up. Everything is open. What we perceive as the world is not really the world. And I don't know, almost like there's an alien. See, I don't look at aliens the way others do, like the green with the big head and all that. I don't feel like aliens are
No.
against us. I feel like there's
Oh,
different
absolutely not.
beings.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like there's different beings in the world, and many are helping us wake up and
Yeah.
helping us through this transition.
Remember I
I
told
don't
you about
know.
walking down Broadway and seeing all the aliens on Broadway.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
I totally could see that. I've had those experiences too. So yeah. And so another thing that happened with Amanda specifically is we were gonna get dragonfly tattoos, both of us, mother and daughter
Ah,
dragonfly tattoos.
nice.
Yeah. So I went to my appointment at 12 where I had to come off the Zoom call.
All right.
And the woman I was talking to had a tattoo. So we were talking about them. And I was thinking to myself, Amanda and I need to get that tattoo. I got to get that done. I really want to get a tattoo. And I want it to be a
Wow.
dragonfly with Amanda. And it wasn't 10 minutes later, she sent me a text and it was a mom and daughter tattoo of dragonflies. So
Wow.
just things like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's incredible.
It
See, and that was
happens
the
all
key.
the time. It's
You
got to
said,
be beyond
I really
coincidence.
want to. And then that's where the coming into it comes in.
Yes,
So
I
this is
really want to.
and there it
Yeah.
is. You see, whenever you hear and you're really listening to somebody, you kind of got to let it go and say, okay, they're prattling and they're prattling. And
Oh, are you talking to? Oh man, you're just slamming me today. I can take it though.
I just being naughty. Yeah. I
It's
couldn't-
true. The
no,
truth
it's not.
hurts sometimes.
No, it's not. It's not at all. I love you. I shouldn't make jokes like this because people take them sensitively. No, no, no,
Oh
no.
no, not me.
No,
Not
no.
me. I think
Okay.
it's
So,
hilarious.
yeah, it was. It just was like, it just right there. So okay, so somebody's talking and then you listen and you listen and you don't see where is it? And then there it is. There it is. So the key with the Sam question, when you were saying about the relationship question, what did you say? You're going this thing with Amanda, and it was I really wanted it. And then it came.
Right.
That's the question to ask when we are looking to intend. Do I really, really want it? Now, if you're asking that question, typically you don't.
I don't know that I feel that that's accurate for
typically,
me.
typically, I'm saying
All
typically. Okay,
right.
maybe not. But here's my point though. If you're in a conundrum where you're not sure that you really want it, usually if you really want things, you're pretty sure, no?
I have found myself a bit muddled with going through the process of understanding who I am and like the universe and
Right.
making sure that I'm making the right decisions. And so that has had an impact. It sort of made me not second guess myself, but when it came to decisions, I would get a little muddled with, well, is this what the universe wants? Is this what God wants? Or is this my personal
Yeah.
agenda? And
Yeah.
I don't want to make a mistake and I want to be attuned and I want to make sure I'm not being foolish. And that still comes up sometimes. I know exactly what I want, but then I have this other part that's like, is that the universal? Is that for the bigger scheme or is that your personal agenda? And like it goes from one to the other, and then I find conflict in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, that's a tricky thing. But in terms of making stuff happen, the more you want it, the more it happens, and the quicker. For you, it's a very direct correlation. Look at the things with the dragonfly tattoos. I mean, you were thinking specifically, and then you came to the conclusion, "Man, I really want this," and boom, there she is with the thing. So did you
It
guys go?
was
And, did you
10
go and get
minutes.
right? Did you go and get the tattoo same day?
No, it was
Oh,
today. It was
oh,
this afternoon.
oh! Wow! Oh, you haven't had a chance to go then yet.
No, nope. But I was asking her where would we go, and do you know a tattoo artist, and how much it will
Ah,
be, and so we're
yeah.
gonna go get it done.
Fantastic. And where are you going to have this?
The tattoo?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
Hopefully
place in
not on
North
a
Ridgeville.
small. No, I mean, I'm picturing this giant tattoo across North Ridgeville. Brilliant, brilliant. Like, right across the football field or down the highway, the main road or something.
Duh.
Brilliant,
I'm,
brilliant, brilliant.
I'm in one of those modes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I'm just saying, hopefully not on the small of your back. Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. So where on your body are you going to have it?
I haven't decided.
Ah, interesting. Interesting.
This one showed the mother and daughter, and it was on the forearm.
Ah, right. Yeah, what I always recommend with tattoo, especially the first one, put it in a space where you can wear the range of clothing that you normally wear.
Right.
Right? Then later, if you were happy to show them, then fine. But don't go be putting on your wrist or your forehead or your neck or someplace like that. Obviously, but also even on the forearm. And, if it's inappropriate and in your work that you may end up in, now you can't wear short sleeves. So that's I would recommend someplace like either the upper arm or on the shoulder. I don't know if you're in bathing costumes much, but um, so then it doesn't matter. Bathing costume, okay. But today the tattoo thing isn't such an issue, so I wouldn't worry about it. But still, it's just a consideration. That's all. Just from a strategic point of view, to put it in a strategic place. Then later you can put them wherever the hell you like. If you want to go more. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't make more sense. Just from since you don't know, just my recommendation strategically. Put it in some place that's easily covered up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
I
why
must
the,
stop.
the the bicep was, the upper arm was typically a popular spot, and also some places are much more painful than others.
I know. That's
So
what she was saying.
yeah, I mean, so you want it on flesh, not on bone. Like on the ankle is very painful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's where I thought, right above my ankle.
right.
But it's
That's
like, that'll hurt. I don't have a
yeah.
whole lot of flesh, so I had to pick
Right.
strategically.
Right. So the calf isn't a bad place, the thigh even. But again, shorts. So I don't know, when you go dancing, stuff like that,
Mm.
Um, but today it's a big difference, and especially depending on like a dragonfly, and I'm assuming you're gonna have it in color, right?
Right.
Yeah, a color tattoo like that, if it's done nice and tastefully, it doesn't make that connectivity to the old school, the green tattoos, which are the biker look and all that. So it very much depends, but still, strategy. Just think strategically when it comes to this. Yeah, as always.
Right.
Very powerful. It's pretty exciting though, Donna. I don't know. I'm not personally. I enjoy tattoos. I enjoy them on people. I don't know if I could make such a commitment though. I'm too flexible and fluid. But But the dragonfly is so big for you. Now tell me a bit more about the dragonfly. By the way, I remember you told me, but beside the cafe now. What was the significance before that? Just that it was
Oh,
dragonfly cafe in the vision.
what's that? I'm sorry.
Sorry, the Dragonfly Cafe, the Dragonfly, the original significance, does it come from your vision of the city of love?
Well, when I had my city, I had the restaurant or the meeting place, and the name just came to me, and it really didn't hold significance. And then quite a bit later than that, through just researching things and learning about things, I found out, there's a variety of meanings of what the dragonfly signifies. And I think the one that resonated most to me as far as what it signifies is transformation and strength. And together, those feel as though they are me. And through that, the dragonfly is a good representation of who I feel I am. Just strong and transformed and so.
Okay. So but the dragonfly came before the city of love or not? That's what I'm curious. The symbology of it.
The dragonfly itself,
Yeah, or the symbol, the abstract of it.
after this,
After.
the city has evolved since I've been young.
Gotcha.
It was very basic. And then it was even a few years ago, it was a restaurant that you would think of. And then it's evolved to this, no, it's not a restaurant. And then as I pulled back, and just let things flow is the best words I have for it. The meaning of the city and every like building, quote unquote, in it signified something much that had much more depth. Like we talked about, it's not just a restaurant, it's a gathering place. It's, you know, a place for children. It's a library. It's a garden on the roof. It's got colors that I've never even seen before. It's got plants. It's self-sustaining. It's eco-friendly. It's very forward-thinking architecture. So it went from, you know, kind of a cool restaurant. It was always kind of a cool place, but then it almost became like futuristic.
Ah, wow.
It's evolved over time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's powerful. That's powerful. That's exciting. Yeah, I just was keen why the dragonfly specifically.
I don't know. The dragonfly just came. It just came to me with no real logical reason.
Ah, so just pure magic then.
Hmm?
So just pure magic then, that's all.
Okay, we'll go with that. I'll buy that.
Why not? Doesn't that work?
Why not? I like it.
Uh,
Yep. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting because when I was talking to Sam, he was talking about, and this just encapsulates everything in that he was talking about the world out there and his girlfriend, well, she was his girlfriend, is going to college and how older men will want to become sugar daddies to girls in college. And there's a lot of crazy men out there. And he was talking about some of the things that they would ask these girls to do, that he has heard about this stuff in detail. And then a lot of times he'll say to me, Mom, there's just such a whole world out there that you have no idea about. And that's exactly right. I don't.
that's good. And that's good. And that's
I have no desire. And then I said to him, you know, I live in a very peaceful world, my little world, and you're more than welcome to join it. It's a great place. And I like described it to him. I said, it's peaceful, it's calm.
Right.
You know, there's not craziness like you're talking about. And I like it. And he's like, don't you ever feel like you're like, you know, you don't have grasp on what's going out in the world?
No, tell him no. Yes,
I did say no.
I would really make this point very strongly with him. Say, you know, look, here's the thing, and this is Bina and I had this conversation just 2 days ago because of Cher's story, and I said, look, you know, I'm pretty sure I included her. She can watch it or not, but I said I don't particularly recommend it for you because Bina's kind of like you too. She's very innocent about some things. Yes, the key though, she's not naive, even though she's innocent. Right? So this is a big difference. You have an innocence also, but you're not naive. So you can say, Sam, it's not that I don't know this stuff exists. I know crap and shit and nonsense and all sorts of crazy stuff exists in the world. However, I don't want to know the details. I don't need to. That I know it exists, that's enough. Right?
And the fact of the matter that you do, I do know the details, and I know I have an awareness of it, enough of an awareness. But when you make a decision that you're not going to be a part of that, like my world is beautiful. I like my world.
Exactly.
And that nonsense doesn't touch it.
Right. You are not doing it out of ignorance. You are doing it out of choice, which is a whole different deal.
Exactly. I did say that to him. And he kind of shook his head like, yeah, that's cool, Mom. I get it.
Right. So that's cool. Yeah, it's a choice thing. But I mean, to articulate it very precisely, it's not about being naive or ignorant. It's about being deliberate.
Right.
That's a very big difference, right? So I know about this shit. You know, it's like, man, I've been around. I know enough shit. And yes, there's shit I don't know about, but I don't need to know about it. You know,
exactly.
I'll find out all about it. You know, so yeah. I choose not to immerse in that world.
Right. Did that long enough.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, that's so exciting. I'm just pleased that you're interacting with your kids. Oh, gosh, it makes me so happy, Donna. And so happy, so happy. Now, here's the other thing. I'm assuming that in the interactions with Amanda, you were able to touch and shift and connect to more stuff that might not necessarily otherwise be able to or have in the past so fluidly and easily talked about. Yeah.
We're getting there. Amanda has a presence about her that's
Oh.
very intriguing to me. She always
I gotta
has.
see pictures of them now. Sorry, you gotta share
Of
your
Amanda?
all of your kids. Now you gotta do the wallet thing. So. Well, except I don't instant them as babies. I was just I was just messing about with somebody. Who was it that was on? I said I don't think all babies are pretty, by the way, or beautiful. Oh, this is Mary earlier. We were looking at photos.
Uh,
It's not a default that babies are beautiful. Some of them
how
are
do I
kind of like
share
bloody ugly. If
pictures?
you ask me, I'm sorry to say, but
To each his own.
yeah. I mean, you think all babies are beautiful, really?
I really do. I think
Ah,
all
wow.
people are beautiful.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I guess so. I
To
know.
each his own. You have a right to
Yeah.
have your own
No, I
thing,
realize that
right?
I've just seen some babies where I just said, no, man, I'm sorry. Yeah, the shit is just wrong over here. They're just wrong.
Well, you're just looking at the physical part. They're all
No,
wrinkly.
no,
And,
no, no. With the intent and everything is all messed up.
really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just in
Huh.
the way we came out of the box different. I think that some babies come out of the box different. I just feel it.
Go keep going. I want to hear more.
That's it. That's really it. There. I just think I've seen some babies that are like, man, this is just like this isn't even a human. Even it's just like little creature here. That they just have malintent. They just have negative energy. They just have that that yeah, just that distortion of intent and focus. They're just coming out of the box. I don't know. In
As a baby, you feel
as a
that.
baby. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Mary was saying that, well, we were just scrolling down Facebook and I was enjoying her post that she made. She made some posts about, like she made the one to the universe and she used a nice picture on it. And I love the art, you see. So then, we spoke about her post and instead of writing the letter to her family, she just made the letter to the universe, which is fantastic. I love that. And also she's making posts about the conceptions and she's making them her own through the posts, and it's very powerful. It's kind of what I'm been hoping that everyone does on a more consistent basis, to share their journey. Now she's doing it in a very kind of encapsulated, like a meme style, but Mary's so into the memes that her brain is kind of in meme think already, which is cool. It works for her. It's very powerful. But anyway, so then we talked about the pictures and just choosing them, and I showed her the site because the one I was going down her timeline and looking at them, she had this one picture and it reminded me of the sites. Okay, I wanted to show. Then she went to another site where she gets pictures from, and we scrolled down. And then there was a picture of a little kid there, and it was just a horrible little bloody picture. And then I said, wow, you know what? I'm sorry. Not all kids are pretty to me. And, I see a lot of shit and crap in this. Okay, now I've been in this specific mood. And then she said that, and I also mentioned, I don't always find all babies beautiful. And she said, yeah, she had a nurse friend, and they would come. She would sometimes come from work, and she would say, "Oh, we had let's see, uh, FLK today," and a funny-looking kid. So they had this short term. This, in the nurses would call the weird ones just the FLK. So, so it's not just me, I guess. So. I don't know. Yeah, it may just be a visual thing. Who knows? I don't know. Olivia would tell you the same thing. And then again, on the converse, we've known some like dogs that just were not regular dogs. Dogs that really had their shit together, that had independence of being. I remember one's name was Firo, Firo. So, one of those, not a husky, but they have that fur, that kind of white fur like that stands out. They kind of sort of look like a husky. I don't know. Anyway, so just they not everything is what it appears to be. Like you said, other creatures in this world. And yes, I do see aliens in general. The likelihood of like an aliens that actually literally come here through space and time, that to me almost inevitably is likely to be benign. And I have a good logic for that. I'll explain in a moment. But in all those creatures that you see here in the world, in whether they're variations of human or not, I don't know. Like angel, demon, or whatever. I think there's the spectrum. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think it's just one way.
One thing I've noticed that's kind of curious for me is a
So
lot of people.
just one point on that, real quick. The spectrum of let's say from okay, good to bad, doesn't make them not good in the capital G good. That's very important. There's a spectrum of, let's say, positive to negative, but negative is good in the bigger picture. Like
Right.
compost, is good. What's compost? It's devolved material and matter, but it's good for the nature economy, the ecosystem. See what I mean? So
Yeah.
people in the same way, they all provide a function in some way or the other. Predators are fantastic awareness leveraging mechanisms. Yes? Well, you froze up, Donna.
Processing.
Oh. Oh. I mean, I have a little story I want to write sometime about the zebra who worshiped the lion.
Hmm.
The lion is this magical god that keeps them on their toes. It sharpens them, heightens their awareness, and those idiotic ones that stray too far and are not paying attention, that eats them. So uh, it's just fantastic for everybody. Strengthens the herd. So it's interesting when you think of things that way. Good isn't always nice. Good is not always nice.
That's for sure.
You see, and in that logic, when you're looking at good not always being nice, then you start to see the value of predators.
Yeah, true.
Spectrum. Yeah. Anyway, what we were saying before that, we got a little off topic here.
Oh, it's about seeing people. I think all people are beautiful, but I don't feel all people are.
Okay.
I don't feel
Yeah.
as though vibes from babies are the same either.
Right. And again, it depends how we define beauty. So yes, when you say good, yes, absolutely. And I can see the beauty in the bulldog, and it's like, man, there is a beauty in ugliness sometimes too. So yeah, it's just, again, yes, I agree with you in that sense. Yeah. Not that we need to agree, but just I'm with you in what you're saying, that you see beauty, but yeah, I do too, but I don't necessarily feel it. So yeah. But it's different. It's like some things, I don't know. I just say, well, I don't want anything to do with it. Now, whether they are inherently bad or not, I don't know. Maybe they're just bad for me. That's a good perspective, actually. Now that I'm thinking about that, it's something I want to practice more regularly. Just because I react to something negatively doesn't make it negative. It might just make it negative for me.
Right.
That's very powerful, yeah?
Yep.
All right. So while we chat, I'm going to just screen share and run this here with you.
Oh, what I was going to say is when you're talking about good, I noticed that a lot of people that seem like angels, angelic, have blue eyes.
That may just be an associative perception, but okay. A limiting, like your mind is set that filter from societal programming, and you just happen to notice them more because you isolate them more. So
Nope.
but I know angels that don't have blue eyes. I'm looking at one right now. And
Mine are hazel.
blue eyes.
Who?
Olivia.
What color are Olivia's eyes? Olivia's.
Like a dark brown. I don't know exactly what color, but they're not blue.
What are you showing me?
They're dark eyes. The Clone Wars, Star Wars, the Clone Wars.
Oh.
Yeah, I just love the art, and the imagination, and just, like you're saying, aliens are not all humanoid, and that's what I like about them. Like in Star Trek, all the aliens are all humanoid in some way. Yeah, they have like really wild-looking aliens sometimes. It's pretty cool. So I know, I just my imagination. I just like science fiction for the imagination of it, So. And there's some humanity in these stories. And look at this. It's like, man, I don't know. Just fun and excitement. City of Love. You get ideas for City of Love. So and the Jedi logic. There is an underlying philosophy a little bitty that they are trying to be impeccable. They don't
Right.
really exhibit it too well because people don't like people to be general public in a marketing thing. They don't care for perfect things. You see. So, like your main characters have to have flaws. Even Yoda, he's a little guy. He's got a walking stick and he speaks funny and stuff like that. So anyway, so I'll just let it run while we chat. So I'll put the volume down.
When did you want to start the 8 o'clock in the evenings with Bina, you and
Oh,
I?
I thought we already had started. We were-
Oh,
I said,
sorry.
whenever. So Bina is shifting to going to bed early. Like she left at 12 this evening. So
Yeah,
today. So this evening at let's see, 8 o'clock my time. No man, that's too late. That's too late for you. So that would be 6 o'clock my time. Is 8 o'clock your time. So
right.
I'm not sure if Venus quite shifted to being awake at 6 yet, but we'll try. We'll try. So she might.
Well, no, you don't have to shift for like my timeline. We
No,
can make it work.
what's that?
We can make it work another time.
We don't have any other time to really make it work. That's the time in the day. That's the only time the day that really works for all of us concerned. Um,
Uh,
it's
okay.
in other words, where she wakes up at 6 in the morning. She is keen to. She used to, and then she got out of rhythm, and now she's shifting to waking up at 6 more or 7. So, which would be, yeah, you're 2 hours away from me now, right?
Right.
In winter time, yeah. So that would still work for you. 8 o'clock your time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 6 her time. So that's what we're aiming for. So we'll try it this evening if she's awake. Yes, if not, that's okay. Not a problem.
Okay.
I'm
Just-
very keen to do this, Donna. Very keen because there's other things I want to do on a consistent basis. Like I want to read the Don Juan stuff.
Did we stop doing the Biella
But no,
reading
that's still on
tomorrow?
Sundays. Yeah. That
Okay,
reminds
good.
me. I need to set that up. So you're not a great fan of the science fiction stuff, then I'm taking it. It doesn't particularly
No, I am.
resonate.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, like I said, these are kind of sweet stories, and there's always some kind of bit of deepness to it, and it's just a deeper. But I just like the imagination part. That's pretty powerful as well for me. So very exciting. Anyway, I just like it. So I don't know why this particular series grabs me. I've watched it twice before, and I very seldom watch anything twice. It was a long time
Hmm.
ago, the first time, and I don't really remember the details. And I more listen to it than watch it, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah, very seldom watch something twice. What I do want to do is do a watch party of the movie Hair. Don't have to be
Really,
the movie Hair. It's just come up recently. You remember the movie?
I do.
All right. Why? I want to
Not in great detail, though.
Nah, it's fine. I want to use it as a mechanism as for to illustrate the way of impeccability.
Mm.
Very specifically, I wanted to do things. I'll say, okay, go and watch the movie again so that you kind of know the story and you know what's going on so that we can talk during the movie so that you don't have to watch each scene and follow the dialogue. Not too closely, that we can talk over the movie, in other words, right? So that's important to start with. So we're going to rewatch it then as a watch party. And what I wanted to do is, all right, I'll give you an example. Yeah, hold on. Minimize this. I enjoy doing screen.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you.
Good.
I had lunch with a friend who I used to work with, and we used to have really deep conversations, and I shared the city with her, and she is very open-minded, and it was during a time where the city was becoming deeper, like it was evolving to like the restaurant was beyond a restaurant, and I would share things with her, and I talked to her about living in a city where money wasn't a currency, and wouldn't it be cool if we bartered and it was more of a collaborative and all this good stuff. So I've been thinking about her, and sure enough, she texted me and said, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's get together for lunch." So we did. It was really good to see her. And long story short, through talking, I thought, she would really like the self-awareness, self-improvement, and the way of impeccability. So I started to tell her about it. And she's like, "Oh yeah, send me the information." So I did. So
Oh,
hopefully,
brilliant. Ah, I love that. Oh, I love that, Donna. That's exciting. So if she's online, you can invite her to a Zoom anytime if you want to.
right.
Kind of,
That reminded me. I'll do that.
that's very exciting. That's very exciting. Oh, I love that. I love that.
And I shared with her that I found a person, and I shared it with Steve too. And it's so surprising to me because nobody's like all that surprised. I was like, "Yeah, I
Yeah,
found
that's
a
just your
person that wrote."
idea of,
What?
you have this idea that people aren't all that open to the things that you share, and then you cue them to not be open, and then you have this but you can do it the other way around and just shift it to the other way.
Well, I was surprised that they weren't as surprised because for me, in my mind, for somebody to share a vision in such detail, like to be able to read Biella and see that Nobilia and the city are so similar, that surprised me. That
Who was
honestly,
this? Who was this who saw the similarities?
me.
Yeah, but who did you share it with that also saw the similarities?
Oh, Stephen and
Ah, brilliant.
Carrie.
Steve and who?
Stephen and Carrie, the woman I
Ah,
just had lunch with. And
fantastic.
neither one of them were surprised. They were like, "Yeah, okay."
Now, why
I
does it surprise you that they're not surprised? This is what I find so fascinating. I'm
Because
surprised. Yeah.
to read a book that is all about something that you were given and it matches up so magically, that surprises me. I mean, I was like amazed when I was reading the Biella series. I was just like, "Wow, yes, super,
Yeah, but again,
exactly."
yeah, but for you, your city of love is very unique. When you look at it from the outside point of view and people see the abstract similarities, those abstract similarities aren't unique. Do you see what I'm
Mm,
saying?
I'm not sure.
In other words, if you go to a city and you point out to somebody, you know what, Boston is very similar to, I don't know, London or something, and they say, oh, I can see that. I see they got a river running through the middle of it, blah blah blah. You see my point? It's not. They're seeing it in an abstract way, where you know the details of it more pertinently. So for you, you know the fullness of the whole thing, and this changes it because of the fullness and for you the city of love was something that you've always known only to be unique, so you focused on the uniqueness, and here's something else that comes unique that's similar, whereas they, when you share it with them, you're not sharing the fact that you had this something that you, as far as you knew, never existed anywhere else. It was always very unique to you, and then you found something that's similar, and then they're just focusing on the similarities, and the similarities aren't that unique. You see my point? The fact that they existed is unique, not the similarities. So it's much easier to see it from their point of view, from a third party perspective.
Mm,
Oh, right. That's what I'm doing. Does that make sense, Donna?
kind of.
Right. But also, I do feel that sometimes you maybe believe that people are a little bit less receptive to the wild stuff a little bit, and it's not that wild, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I can see that.
the world has shifted. The world that we grew up in, yes, absolutely. But nowadays, anything goes, Donna. The internet has changed everything. People are open to everything now, pretty much. It's like everybody's seen everything. You can talk about anything to anybody, and they say, I'm not into that stuff, but they're quite happy if you into it.
Well, I guess it's kind of new for me.
Yeah, I
In
know.
my
That's why I'm
in
pointing
my
it out.
old world, it was just so like it was so received by such close-minded and you're crazy
Exactly.
kind of thing.
Right.
So
But
this is sort of still new, but yeah, I hear
exactly.
you.
Right.
I
And I
hear
mean,
you.
right, because you're not on Facebook and just internet in general that much. Yeah, it's fairly recent for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But now keep in mind, there are people who've been doing this, what you've been doing just recently now for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, so they grew up with this. And, you know, even if they didn't grow up, I mean, 20 years, if you started doing this in your 20s, you're 40 years old now and you've been seeing this shit for 20 years. You see my point?
Right. I
Right?
do.
Even if you're 50, you've been seeing it for 20 years, from 30. So it's part of your life in a very big way, you know, and that's why it's a big deal, you know. So it's very big. Okay, so here's what I want to do when we watch this. This is the start of the movie. We're just gonna watch the opening scene, right? Now, I'm just gonna do what I'm anticipating. Now, when you see this, you don't see my Zoom screen, right?
Yeah, I do.
It's like, am I blocking the guy's face now?
What's that?
Is the guy's face blocked now?
Blocked?
Yeah. Okay. No, you don't see like, in other words, my little. I'm moving it around the screen now. It's my little window where I see you and me. You know,
I can.
the close up of us. I don't think you see it on your phone, but on my computer, I have this little small window that I see. You know, me, the video of me, and the video of you in it. So I'm just
You can see me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On desktop or on a laptop, you have this little small window that I see now that's on top of the thing in the background that I'm screen sharing.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so what I want to do is, okay, so now I'm just assuming you've already watched this. Now there's not too much dialogue in this first scene here, so it's not going to matter. There's no dialogue in the first scene, so it's not going to matter if I talk over it. But I want to have, like, the idea is, okay, you go and watch it on your own, so you know the movie already, and now we are watching this movie for the specific purpose of seeing the way of impeccability represented, and specifically the power conceptions in the dictionary of power. So I'm going to just call them out when I see them. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to call out when I see what represents for me in some way. Now you can just say stop, and then I can articulate on it, or not. Either way, if you want to. Okay. So I just love this, that it's Oklahoma. I don't know why. Just it's in the middle of nowhere. It's picking the bus is picking him up. So I hope you can hear. Let me turn the volume up here. So, all right, here goes. Can you hear the bus?
Not really.
Yes, music now. Can you hear the music?
Nope.
Oh, hold on then. Gotta hear this magical music. Music. Can you hear now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So far, yeah, you've got for me, just from way of impeccability, you've got this entirety of mood. You're making this connectivity to a moreness, right, in the music. There's moreness in the music. Innocence and sophistication. You'll see it balanced together in a moment, but more now. Remember, it's an old movie, right? As you can see. I just love this, just in terms of grace and harmony, yeah? And attunement. Isn't that attunement dancing?
Yeah.
There's empowerment in the song, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I love this girl's dancing. There's the Okie. Wow, you got
What's
something
that?
else going on here, right? Say again, Donna?
I didn't hear you. What's going on there?
Oh, no, I just said, yes, the Okie.
Okie.
Yeah. Because you remember the bus stop from Oklahoma?
Right.
He's in Eureka because she lives in Oklahoma. I call him the Okie. Because he is the Okie, and that's why they showed Oklahoma very specifically, because he's the country boy, and so it's very powerful. But look at the earnestness here, right? And also the innocence, and not just the innocence and the earnestness, but you get the feeling of impeccability from this, no? Or is it just there's openness here, and it's not closed, right?
Right.
He's an Okie, and he's coming in. I mean, this is in the shot in the 70s, I think, and obviously with the hippies, it's late 60s, early 70s sometime. So he's not frowning at them. He's looking at them with an openness. Yeah. Now you remember that time more or less. Okay, you were still right.
Mm-hmm.
But still, even during your school, you remember there was a lot of negativity towards the whole hippies and all that. If you come from a conservative background, the hippies were like, they were like dirt, shit, and they were
They
like,
were out there.
right. I mean, they were looked down upon by the mainstream society, right?
Right.
So a conservative guy like him coming from Oklahoma, that would be his default, you would assume, yeah, in the context
Right.
of the movie. But it's not there, obviously. Yes.
Right.
Yes, he doesn't understand.
But if you look at the way he's dressed, like when I look at him right now, I don't know.
Right. Well, he's dressed very conservatively, exactly.
Right.
Right, exactly.
And he looks pretty neutral to me.
Exactly my point. He's coming from this rural Oklahoma. Look, the bus picked him up on this rural road. He's coming from the middle of nowhere. And yeah, he's walking into Central Park. And it's like, whoa, he's seeing this, which even at that time, that was kind of pretty trippy. I mean, if you saw it today, it would be like, oh, that's pretty cool, or different, but if you're coming from that background in this era, in this time, you'd kind of expect a bit of a frown or something, right?
Right.
But
just more of an intense look.
that's what I said. Earnestness, intensity, exactly, but also openness, right? Which is very cool from a way of impeccability point of view. He's not deciding one way or the other, right? And there's a strategicness to him as well, that he's not committing one way or the other. He's open, yeah. It's pretty huge, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's watch some more. Okay, so their dancing is for me a representation of capital B balance, and even more specifically, controlled abandon. You'll see what I mean now. But this balance, you see, they have kind of slow and fast harmonized with the song. You probably know from dancing, this is very difficult to do, to find music where you can look that girl with the Tai Chi style movements of her dancing, right? She put that into the music where it wasn't discordant, and you'll see it in their thing. And then they will dance fast and slow, mixing it together. You'll see what I mean now, as an exquisite balance of energies, the entire spectrum put together, and going from one extreme to the other without losing harmony. I just love the dancing in the scenes. One of my favorite dance scenes ever. Very powerful. Awareness of him there, by the way. Sophistication. There you go. They're recognizing the moment. You see that? Seizing the moment right there. Yeah? Awareness, but also awareness to not downplay or not mollify or ameliorate the moment. He's seizing the moment right there. I happened to freeze it at exactly the right spot. You see that little smile come, right? Because he saw the girl, right? He saw the connection, the look, and he's seeing this, but it's an awareness of a more, yeah.
Mhm.
I can go and replay it a little bit. I will. I don't know. I love this girl's dancing. This one, just the grace and the harmony of her dancing. But I want to catch the moment here because it's so sophisticated to me. That awareness. Now maybe he's not fully consciously aware of it, but nonetheless, the ability to seize on a moment and not to ignore it. Not say, oh, it was a nothing. Oh, that was cool, and then go on to the next thing. No, lingers and stays with him. He's really like, oh, this is a something. You see, that little smile is that this is a something. I'll go back to it. I just love it. I don't know. It's my romantic heart. I don't know, but you see what I'm saying? He knows. He knows this is more. Yeah.
Yep.
How often have you been in that spot, Donna? Not in a romantic sense, but from a universe sense.
I know.
It's
I
like
know what you meant.
something has happened here. This was a more.
Right.
The more. Yes, I'm excited. The attunement. This is the universe talking to me. This is the magic of attunement right here. Yes, he's in this
Yes.
coming along, and he knows it, and he recognizes it. The first smile, it grabbed him. He felt it, and then the second smile was the smile of recognition of the moment. Yes,
Mhm.
very powerful. Yeah,
Yep.
very exciting. Very exciting. All right. You see what I mean? With a combination, yeah. This the
Mhm.
I know. I just find it quite exquisite.
There's definite power in their dance moves, don't you feel?
Oh, it's just unreal. And like the one where the guy does the break roll,
Right.
the martial arts move, and part of that. So they're combining dance and martial arts into the whole thing.
Right.
But if you look at the sorry, stop. There we go. If you look at the dancing from the point of view and the dancers, yes, there's that controlled abandon. There's that exquisite range of harmony of being stopping, going, moving, slow, fast. This entire and it's all harmonious. This to me is quite exquisite. Yeah,
Mhm.
at least for me anyway. And then the other thing that I like to, in terms of like the one group dance where they zoomed out and they came to the bench like that, you saw independence of yeah,
You saw what?
independence of being.
Oh.
Yeah, let me go back. What are you doing now? Facebook. Go back. Yeah, no, that's not what. I have to wait for the ad now again. I'll show you what I mean. It's towards the end there. Yeah. Was it earlier than this? Oh, it's earlier. See what I mean by the independence of the being?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just because those characters they weren't acting that after all. After all, they really found genuine hippies that really were doing this, yeah, that were in that space of being. I don't know. It's quite magical for me. Well, if they are actors, they're damn good actors, yeah. But I mean, you saw a complete freedom of them, that they weren't posturing, they weren't pushing a vibe, an attitude. Look how cool we are. They were truly doing what was giving them joy and pleasure, but also the ability to integrate. So another point from the way of impeccability there is collaboration. That, yes, it's
Right.
a choreographed dance, fair enough, but it's exhibiting what collaboration is. Now you can see some of that is choreographed, but you can see also some of it has that natural ability to interact and dance and collaborate with it. Yeah, you can recognize that these dances, there's a more or less a choreograph, but they were able to do this naturally. You can see the professionalism of those dances. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, there was freedom in it. Even if it was choreographed, I could easily see
That's
the
my point.
director saying, okay, now just go with the flow and get into the music and move around.
Exactly. That's what I'm enjoying in that. There's just such magic in that whole scene. And then, of course, the power of the singing, the exuberance, the elation, and the rapture. Very seldom
Right.
does music have elation or rapture in it. I know other rapturous music that's even more so. I really enjoy rapture in music. But this has an empowered elation. It's a very particular mood. And that exuberance of appreciation of the world and the universe and everything, which is again something that you also see in that group. Now, the dancers, they don't necessarily come too much into the story, unfortunately. I would love to see them more, but you see the magic of what it is just from a way of impeccability point of view. Now, this Treat Williams, I'm assuming you're familiar with him more or less. Treat Williams, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he acts a really nice character in this, and then John Savage. They are the two main characters. It is very powerful. And then Beverly Williams, the girl on the horse, comes into it a bit as well. But yeah, it's a fun story, and so I don't know. We can watch it now if you want, if you got time. I don't know.
No, I don't have time now.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so I just wanted to say what I'm looking to do with it, and not just me now, but once you've watched the movie, for you to say what you see by way of the way of impeccability or power terms or stuff that really connects to you. Oh, I see some grace, I see some harmony. Just to throw out those power conceptions as we watch. I don't know. It just seems like a fun idea. I don't know if that appeals to you or not. Or it sounds like a good idea.
Well, it's application of
Exactly.
the way of impeccability, and it's bringing out that second set of eyes, the way I view the world.
Exactly.
I look at movies differently than most.
Me too.
But
Me too. Me too.
yeah. So,
So-
but it's more practice of it. I certainly need more practice of
Right.
that application and
Right.
using the words and seeing it and pulling it out of things.
Exactly.
I think that's excellent.
Exactly. It's a great fun way to, and that's how I see movies, because now I'm seeing them more, and for me, this is a movie of nobleness.
Ah,
Yeah, which
okay.
most people do not get in this movie. If you said somebody who knows the movie Air, say, oh, yeah, it's a movie about nobleness and nobility. No, they don't get that at all. But it totally is. So that's very exciting. So,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's very cool, very cool. And not in the way that most people see, but again, once you start looking at things from the abstract point of view, and this is why I
Right.
want to do this, it changes how we perceive the world, and it's very, very, very exciting. It's very exciting to see the world differently. So while I'm on it, what are some of the movies that stand out for you that you enjoy? I actually don't have movies that generally, that if you had asked me this a week ago, I would not have said, hey, I would say, I don't know. It has to be pertinent and relevant. So I don't always know when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
I can't remember them offhand. They have to come to the situation. This came up it was situational that sparked it for me. And if you say to me now, what movies stand out, I don't know. So, but do you have any that you've enjoyed watching
Um,
that had a magical effect on you? Let me ask it that way, not necessarily a
yeah.
movie thing, but
Well, The Wizard of Oz, the
interesting.
Matrix series,
Yeah, I enjoyed The Matrix. That's interesting. To watch The Matrix again would be interesting.
with different eyes. That's what I'm doing now.
Yes, that would be Wizard of Oz. Doesn't appeal to me much to rewatch, but maybe I don't know.
City of Angels.
City of Angels. That was. It's not about angels. That's kind of a
It
not.
is about angels,
Oh,
actually.
oh, it is. Oh, I'm thinking of a different one then. Ah, okay.
Meg Ryan's in it.
I don't know that
Um,
one then. Huh.
uh, that's all I really can think of at the moment. But I'm watching on Netflix. I'm watching Matrix right now from another set of eyes, and
Ah,
it's
okay. Well,
interesting because my other set of eyes have always been there.
oh, okay. So yeah, this is what I thought. It is about angels, but I meant it's not. It's not like it's set in the real world. Is what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry,
City of
sorry. I didn't
Wait,
remember the content of it, but I did remember that.
no, that's not it.
No, no. This is just the ad. I'm just waiting
Oh,
for it
okay,
to finish.
gotcha.
Here we go. This is just a trailer for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth to this movie.
Okay. I tell you what, Donna. Anytime you want to watch movies together, you just let me know. I'm always happy. Seriously, not a problem. I mean, we don't have to do it like this. Um, because the sound is a little cockeyed when we do it like that. But we can just say, okay, you got your movie ready, and we got it right at the start. 1, 2, 3, play, and then we watch it together. So,
For me, just to have others that, like, if I would say to somebody when I view movies, Steven has this ability too. He introduced it to me. He watches movies differently also.
yeah.
And that was one of the things I knew. Wow. Yeah. I knew you were different. I knew instantly different.
Excellent.
I just, and just little things that he says, it's like, yep, yep. But
Brilliant.
he has a different set of eyes too. And just to have somebody get that when you say I see a movie differently and they understand what you're saying,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
such a beautiful thing.
Yes, understanding is huge. Yeah. Oh, I've always watched movies completely differently. I kind of look outside the frame, and I
Right,
see all sorts of stuff. That.
right,
Yeah, yeah.
right,
I
right,
mean, it's
right.
a
Me
whole
too.
different experience. Sometimes what I see is completely got nothing to do with the movie at all.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying, if you want to watch anytime, like you just let me know, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Have you seen this movie, City of Angels?
I believe I have. I don't remember if I remember seeing ads for it for sure. I don't remember if I watched the whole thing. I know Olivia watched it, so I'm pretty
It's,
sure.
I mean, the obvious thing is about, an angel and
Yeah.
a choice the angel makes, but from the abstract, it has a lot of depth to it. A lot of things that resonate with me anyway.
Interesting. Meg Ryan's reminded me of Olivia here in this movie for some reason.
Really? Aw, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, I enjoy watching movies from that different perspective, and I talk through movies. So I don't know. Do you?
You talk through movies.
Well, I will comment. It's like, man, some people like, hey, you got to be all quiet during the movie.
Right.
If you've watched it already, okay, first time maybe, sure, then just you pick your times when you say stuff. But so, do you watch it like that? You watch it with quiet and just listen to every word?
Well, oftentimes I'm alone, so I don't,
Well, if you watch with Steve, I'm assuming you then.
Oh no, we talk through things.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy his perspectives on things. He's helped me tremendously at looking at life from different perspectives and
Brilliant.
staying open. And he's also helped me and assisted in the key to communication and being open. And he was one of the first where I experienced the non-judgment zone, which was so awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But when he watches a movie, he has a movie background. He has a TV background. He was on TV.
Right. As a like in a
News,
news.
news. Yeah,
News.
yeah. So
So he has
he
some behind
looks
the
at it.
scenes stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Well, he looks at it from a semiographic.
Cinematographic. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Perspective.
Point of view. But in addition to that, the music and the depth of the meaning of the movie, he's a lot deeper than just what the surface is about the movie. So that's when I first knew, oh, somebody has the same
I
kind
love
of
it.
depth.
I
How
love it.
nice is
I love
that?
I love that.
Yeah.
That's magic to hear. I've also written a couple of movies, so just another.
Really?
Oh yeah, not that anybody's made them, just for me, but
Wow. Cool.
yeah. And a couple of them star Matt Damon and what's his buddy's name?
Matt Damon. Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and the other dude.
No man,
Oh, what is his name?
he used to. He was with not Jennifer, the one who was in the Spy series. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name now. They mentioned some more names, but they were like they in the early movies. They were in a lot of them together. Not Brad
I
Pitt.
know who you mean. I can see him as plain as day.
Yeah, I can see his face too. Anyway, they got the two of them in, and I don't know. I just don't know why he works for me as an actor for the movies. So yeah, we'll read them sometime. They're fun. They're fun movies. So I don't know. They're just for an enjoyment point of view, just a little.
Yeah, I
fun.
like them a lot too.
Yeah. What the hell?
I feel like I know them.
Ben somebody?
Oh, Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck. There you go. Ben Affleck.
Oh, that's not the person I was thinking of, actually.
Ah.
He is married to, or was, to Jennifer Lawrence. Lawrence?
No, not Lawrence. To Jennifer.
No,
No, not Lawrence. No, not
I know.
either. The other
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Yeah. So Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
I liked her. I liked her series where she played the CIA spy. That was kind of cool series. I mean, man, she just was always different outfits and just stretched the acting and a lot of physical stuff. I mean, she's quite athletic.
Yeah.
Donna. It's just incredible the stuff that she was doing in that. It's just really impressive. So
When I watch women that are like superheroes and they're kicking ass and stuff, I just always think that's so cool. Wow, I wish I could do that. They have martial arts and they're just, flying all over the place. That's why I like Matrix. I like the woman character in the Matrix a lot.
Yeah. Carrie Moss.
I'm not sure her name.
No, I believe it's Carrie Moss. Yeah.
Okay.
So became a big internet star because of those internet movies. All the nerds just went and fell in love with her. So they're a big nerd favorite.
Yeah.
They like different things than nerds, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Carrie's a nerd and there was another woman that I worked with. They would say that they're nerds and they're gamers and they do flea markets and very similar to your story. Cool.
There you go.
Lots of similarities.
Have I done the screen share and run around in the game while we're talking before? Sometimes?
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
have. Okay. I don't know. I just like the art. Sometimes I do that with Venus sometimes, especially if she comes on late at night because that's early morning for her. So then I'll kind of chilling and just running around. So it's kind of fun too. Yeah, different perspective. Cool. Yeah. But anyway, I enjoy I usually just watch the movies on the laptop on the other side there, across from me now on my side, now I'm doing stuff over here and then the movie plays over there. I don't have to watch a movie every frame. I just have to be hearing it. And, I can just look when I need to and then, okay, I know more or less what it's at. And when the scene changes, you look again and that's all I need. I don't have to be watching it every frame, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well,
so here's the question for you.
Yeah.
You know how you were talking about individual beings that have been involved in awareness and the Facebook and internet, yada, yada, for 20 some years. And so it's like real natural. Yeah. When we were talking about, I feel as though like my children they just were born awake and aware.
Right.
And so
I feel as though I never considered myself a narcissist.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was my ex, and I always projected it on to him. But
Yeah.
wouldn't I have had to have some
Oh, yeah.
type of attracting that? So it had to have been in me.
No, no, not necessarily. I'm just saying, I thought you were going to ask, wouldn't I have had to have some narcissism in me? Yes, likely, but that doesn't mean that's because of the attraction necessarily. It just means that you might have been in a situation when the universe is saying to you, hey, girl, you got to wake up here. You got to stop being so naive. You need to pay attention. You need to understand what this is. And so it's putting you in a situation to become aware of it because you aren't aware of it.
Oh,
Right. See what I mean? So sometimes innocents get put into these situations because it's like the zebra and the lion. You better know what the hell a lion is before it eats you. So it puts you with a narcissist so that you don't get to be with the lion.
I gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I had several people, but I feel like I'm not naive to the fact that I had tendencies of being a narcissist myself.
Right. So in the context of in the context of you having some narcissism in yourself, that I'm assuming you'll know if you have or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you feel that you had in the past?
Um. Yeah.
Narcissism
I feel.
specifically.
I'm sorry.
Narcissism specifically, not necessarily other, I don't know, lack of awareness, unawareness, temper, stuff like that. It's all that.
Well, I definitely was unaware,
Right.
but narcissism, as in, I don't
Just
know. I just.
vanity, looking for, status, looking for approval, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again,
Yeah.
it's very
There
hard.
was a time definitely where I was very much involved in titles and
Yeah,
keeping
exactly.
up with the Joneses and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's why you attracted a narcissist, though.
Okay.
Definitely not. Again, that's the default that we come into this world with. It's pretty hard to unhook from that in some way. Um, Despite me seeing it in my parents and how I wanted nothing to do with it. I was into being cool at one point. I was the coolest kid. That's it. I was the cool kid.
I gotcha.
But that was in my social self. My private self, I couldn't get two hoots about it. It made no difference to me whatsoever.
Right.
I did lots of things that are uncool in my private self. So I also understood the cool thing was very much, I did like it in my social self, but it was very much a strategy, So I didn't really care about it. So again, I don't know how much of that is or isn't a thing. I really don't know. It's very interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
think
even when I
that's the
was
same
in
for
it,
you.
same thing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I believe the same thing for you.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah,
There was some type of awareness that this isn't me. This isn't
exactly.
feeling right.
You're
I
doing
got
it
to get out
because
of this shit.
exactly. You're doing it because you kind of think you should, or
Mm-hmm.
it's appropriate for the context. And if you didn't do it, then you would stand out and you'd be odd and stuff like that, right?
Oh, I stood out and I was odd a lot.
Yeah, that was my luck, that I understood this thing of the private self and the public self from that age 6, So all my school years, I was always appropriate in that context. It was never an issue, and that of course helped me a lot. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, it saved me all of that stress and bother. I never got into trouble from a societal point of view in terms of being an oddball, or a weirdo or a nerd or anything like that. I was always a popular kid, and one of the leading kids and all that shit, because I understood this. So, I had that no problem. But I was at the same time able to maintain my individual self. The two weren't in conflict, in other words, and that's huge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at all the time you wasted being the your public self only, yeah, and your private self got so little time to really grow and thrive, yeah.
All right.
You see what I mean? Whereas mine, it was like, okay, when I'm out there, I'm doing this, and I would get into it, very much, but that doesn't mean that it inhibited my private self, because even though I'm doing that stuff, my private self still doing its thing. Or when I get home, I'm reading, So there was that balance, which was massively useful, massively useful. It really helped me a lot. Really helped me a lot.
All
That's
right.
all right, brilliant.
I'm gonna hit the road and get some dinner and all that good stuff.
Okay, I'll see
So
you at about 8 your time.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds good.
more or less. All right, brilliant.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye, Donna. And end meeting.